name's Blackbond, but you already knew that. And what you're looking at right now is my new computer, my new rig, the sleek, the black, holy, incandescent grail of greatness that you see before you, all cased in by a Rosewill Challenger Black Gaming ATX mid-tower case. And as you can see on the front, you got a little floppy drive. Is the floppy drive connected to anything? No, it's just in there for show because I like the retro feel. I like the old school antique look. So sit back and relax because now we're going to take a look inside. So the first thing we're going to look at is the power supply at the bottom left. Notice how it is installed improperly. You actually want to flip it over so the fan is aiming down away from your GPU. It's a Raidmax hybrid, 630 watts. I mean, it's not too powerful. It's good enough for one video card. I don't plan on SLI and CrossFire and whatever anytime soon. So as far as what it does right now, it powers this rig no problem. So as far as hard drives go, I got a Hitachi Deskstar. It's a 1TB hard drive that runs at 7200 RPMs. I have another external hard drive that's also 1TB, so I didn't feel like I needed any more. In the top right hand corner, we have a standard LG DVD-RW drive. I didn't feel the need to go with the Blu-ray drive to spend an extra $8 getting that because I already have a PlayStation 3 and I don't believe Blu-ray is going to ever really be adopted for gaming on the PC as things go and move forward to the digital age. So on the left right here we got the Intel Core i5 2500K Sandy Bridge 3.3 GHz LGA 1155. Pound for pound the best CPU on the market in my opinion. And on the right hand side you got the G.SKILL Ripjaws series 8GB, 2 4GB sticks, DDR3 obviously. And holding it down in the background is the ASUS SABERTOOTH P67 motherboard, LGA 1155, Intel P67, USB 3.0 enabled. So what you're looking at here right now is the video card. It's a Sapphire Radeon HD 6950. It is flash unlocked to a 6970, and it's got 2 GB of onboard memory, and this thing can crush and run through any game or anything you throw at it right now. There is no need for me to even think about cross-firing. I play at a resolution of 1600 by 900, and even with 4x anti-aliasing and fraps engaged, I barely ever even go down into the 55 frames. So what you're looking at here right now is a Tech Power Up GPU tool. All it pretty much does is show you all the techno mumbo jumbo and all the number crunching going on with your video card. If you look down at the shaders, you can see the 1536 Unified. That shows that I've unlocked the card from a 6950 to a 6970. Now after flashing and unlocking to a 6950 to a 6970, the last little thing I had to do was, turn up the little power fan control to plus 20%. Before I didn't do that, I didn't put the power control settings up 20%, and I wasn't getting the full juice that I want to, but after I put it on, wow, there was a complete difference in performance from the video card. Another neat thing about the HD Radeon Sapphire, the 6950, or should we now call it the 6970, is the I-Infinity support. It's got 2 DVI outs, 2 mini HDMI outs, and HDMI out. Unfortunately, right now I cannot find my DVI cable, so I am stuck with the welfareness of a VGA slot, but I do plan on getting the DVI cable. As far as I-Infinity goes, apparently you are supposed to, crossfire, use multiple cards or use multiple monitors, but we'll try it out. One day I'll do a test and we'll see how it goes. So a lot of you are probably asking about my impressions, my thoughts, my experiences of what I've been doing with this computer. And overall, it's been a very satisfactory experience, more satisfying than I really ever imagined. The first two things that I noticed, though, is, as you can see by this picture, that the power supply needs to be aimed down, not upward into the case aimed at the video card. That's a no-no. The second part is cable management. That is also an ill, both of which are fixed. Early on when I set up the computer doing the BIOS, it has options for performance, standard, power saving, and normal, and being the idiot that I am, my friend, I let him set it to performance, which is a raw overclock. Overclocking is, an intricate process that you have to do trial and error. You just can't say, go fast. You have to tell it how fast, and it'll tell you that's too fast, or it'll tell you that's not fast enough. So when I logged onto my computer today, it gave me a message that said that the overclock was unstable. At first I thought it was a GPU, and I was like, maybe AMD did something weird with their new 6950s when I flashed or unlocked it, but it was a CPU. But it was really no problem, because all I had to do was hit F5, reset back to default, and I was back in the game like nothing ever happened. Cost me, the ability to run Crisis at max, with the 8x anti-aliasing, locked at 60 frames, no fluctuating, locked at 60 frames with fraps even, no fluctuating. But what can you do? If I decide to overclock in the future, then it's all gravy. What I've been playing with the system lately is I've been playing Crysis. You know, I've just been messing around with Crysis and a little Doom 3 and things like that. If you haven't been seeing me online in Steam, there's a very good reason why you haven't. I've been playing on offline mode. I don't like when people bother me through Steam or bother me through Skype when I'm trying to play. Sometimes I like it, but sometimes I just like to be in my own little world. Another thing is, I've noticed that motion blur, it's always been a problem to me since, the first Gears of War. I've never been a big fan of motion blur. My eyes, they're 20/20, they're very good, they're like a hawk. And when I'm playing Crysis, there is so much motion blur, and you go zoom in, zoom out, you run, you move, turn, just blur, 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 and it just gives me a massive headache. Solution to that, I had to turn the motion blur off, and after that, everything's good. The game is amazing. It's so much better playing it when you're not playing it compared to when I was playing it on low at like 30 frames per second. It is so much better. It's so much open-endedness to playing that campaign playing around. It is like your own little playground. But I'm gonna get back to the NBA playoffs. I'm gonna get back to playing Crysis. I'll catch you guys later. The videos are gonna slow down for a bit. Take it easy.